Hi, I'm Shona. Welcome to my channel. The class I have for you today is a really gentle, slow, nourishing yoga class to help you connect with your body, connect with your breath, and just in general wind down from a busy day. You will need a bolster, something like this, and a wall. Be close to a wall. Enjoy the class! Land in your body, land in the pose. Keep the arms active, fingertips reaching forward, and at the same time, keep your hips moving backwards. Then you can start to lift yourself up. Turn the bolster long ways. Maybe it's nice to take a slightly wider distance between the knees and bring the bolster in front of your right knee. Then stretch the arms out along the bolster and release your head down. Maybe it's more comfortable to have the side of your face on the bolster. You could also cross the arms and just let your forehead rest. Don't let the left bum lift up, but keep both sitting bones down and back. Gently lift yourself up and take the bolster over to the left side. You pick your preferred option if you want to reach the hands along the bolster and let your head rest on the side of your face, or if you want to cross your arms on the bolster and just let your forehead release onto the arms. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. On this side again, making sure that both sitting bones are down on the heels. Your right side is not lifting up higher than your left. Lift yourself all the way up. You can move the bolster to the front of the mat. Keep it there because we're going to use it shortly. And just come to sit in a cross-legged position. You can bring the hands onto the knees and slowly start to make some circles. Bringing the chest through the arms and then sinking back, rounding the back. I'll show it from the side so it's a bit easier to see. You can make the movements as big or as small as you want. I would recommend experimenting with both options, doing very small circles, and also making the movements big, almost exaggerating them. And then go into the opposite direction around the circle. Paying attention to each part of the skin that touches the floor. And then bringing that movement to a finish. You can change the crossing of the legs. With the hands on the knees, you can turn your head to the right side and then bring the chin down towards the chest, rolling all the way over to the left. Do that again, back to the right side, chin to chest. Not moving anything in the back, but really have the action be in the neck. And then the next time your chin is right in the middle, you can look up again. And then you're going to roll to hands and knees position. Bringing the wrists under the shoulders and checking that the knees are under the hips. On an inhale, you can drop the belly and look forward. As you exhale, you can round the back and let again the chin come towards the chest. Inhale to arch the spine. Exhale to round the back. Inhaling to arch. Exhale to round. Again, here you can move as fast or slow as you want, as long as you're keeping the movements in time with the breath. And the last time, rounding the spine. And then you can walk the hands slightly forward in front of the shoulders, tuck the toes behind you, and lift yourself to downward facing dog. Start by bending the right knee. You can bend it super deep and stretch the left leg. And then bend the left knee and stretch the right leg. Let's do it 2 more times. Bending the right knee, stretch the left leg. Bend the left knee and stretch the right leg. Bend the right knee, stretch the left leg. Bend the left knee and stretch the right leg, heel back and down. And then you can bend both knees. Release the knees down to the floor. Bring the toes together behind you. Come back to child's pose. With the hands on the floor, you can press yourself back, feeling the lengthening in the lower back as you do that. On an inhale, lift yourself to hands and knees, and you can pull the bolster slightly closer to you, in between your hands. Tuck the toes, and then let the forehead rest on the bolster as you come to downward facing dog. If your forehead doesn't reach with just a bolster, you can add an extra pillow, you can add a blanket. And then you can lower the knees to the floor 1 more time. Push the bolster all the way to the side. And then toes together, press yourself back to child's pose. Arms are active, hands are pressing into the floor and pressing you back. Elbows lift off the floor. On an inhale, you can look forward towards your hands. And then you can bring the right hand underneath the left arm, bend the left elbow so that you've got a right angle, and twist. So bring your right shoulder to the floor. Mine doesn't quite reach, so just let the side of the head release down. And use the left hand. Press the left hand into the floor. You can be on fingertips if it helps. And twisting in the upper back. On an inhale, Bring both hands forward, look forward. And then as you exhale, same thing on the right side. So bring the left arm underneath the right, bend the right elbow and come up onto fingertips as you twist. And like in the twist with the bolster earlier, keep focus that both hips are still in line, both sitting bones are still on both heels. You don't want the right hip lifting up. And then turn to the front again. Release the head, the forehead to the floor. And on an inhale, come up to hands and knees. From hands and knees, we're going to do a similar twist to what we just did in the child's pose, but a little deeper. So on your next inhale, press the left hand into the floor and lift the right arm up, opening up to the side. And then as you exhale, bring the right arm underneath the left. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, bring the right arm under the left. Inhale, lift the right arm up. And last time on the right side, exhale, bring the right arm down and under the left, keeping always that left hand pressing into the floor to help you with the twist. And come back to hands and knees. Take a few deep breaths. Find your position. If you want, you can do a cat-cow action in between, arching and rounding the spine. And then when you're ready, we do the left side. So on an inhale, lift the left arm up and to the side. Exhale, bring the left hand down and under. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Opening to the side, lift the fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, swoosh it all the way down. Press with the right hand into the floor. And then come back to hands and knees position. From here, keep the hips where they are, above the knees, and walk the hands forward. You can release the forehead to the floor, or even you can come onto your chin, but that's a little more intense. So just pick your option. Walk the hands back. Tuck your toes and lift yourself to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Reach the heels back and down. And then you can walk the feet forward towards your hands, walk the hands back towards the feet, and come to Uttanasana, come to forward fold. You can hold the elbows, you can even bend the knees if it feels more manageable for you today to have the knees bent. Just rock side to side. Release your head, release your neck. And change your grip of the elbows. Then you can release the hands, bring them to the floor, and walk your feet quite wide, maybe as wide as your mat. Point the toes out, and then come to a squat position. Press the hands into each other and lift the back. And you don't want to be just collapsing into the squat, really be active in the legs, lifting yourself up. You can release the hands to the floor and then come to sit. One by one, bringing the legs down. Then you can stretch the legs out in front of you. Just bring the hands beside your hips. Reach the heels along the floor. Press the fingertips into the floor to lift the back. And then you can bend the right knee and bring the insole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, releasing the right knee down. Then you're in Asana. Keep pressing the fingertips down to lift your chest up. From here, bring your right hand behind you. And then you're going to press into the right hand, at the same time pressing down into the left heel. Lift your left arm off the floor, press down equally, lift your hips off the ground, reach the left arm back. Maybe you can look over your left shoulder, and then lower yourself back down to the ground. Turn over towards your left leg, do a small twist, and then turn to face the front again. We're going to stretch out the right leg, and then bend the left knee, bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Start by lengthening the back. And then we'll do the same action here. Bring the left hand behind you, press equally down into the right heel and down into the left hand as you lift your right hand and your hips off the floor. Reach back, look back towards your right hand, and then let yourself come back down and follow the natural momentum to twist all the way towards the right leg. And then turn to the front, bring the left foot forward, press the fingertips into the floor again, and then you can hold onto the outsides of your knees and bring your feet towards you. Bring the soles of the feet together. And then hold onto the feet, release the knees down. You can even let the elbows rest a little bit on the legs, and round your back. Lean forward, release forward and down. And come back to your breath. Your long and deep inhale and exhale. In and out through the nose. And then you can lift your chest, lift your head, bring the knees together. And then you're going to turn towards your wall. So you can bring your mat right up to the edge of the wall. If you're on your period, please don't do the next pose, but you can do instead lying on the floor with the legs crossed and just have the hands resting on the abdomen. If you're not on your period, then come and slide your bum up to the wall. Have the legs either to the left or right side. I prefer to have my legs out to the right side, and then you can lie on the floor and raise the legs up the wall, and you're going to have to move your bum a little bit so you really get right into the wall. Find your position. Maybe you have to, just shuggle around a wee bit and find what works, how to get as close as possible. Bring the feet together if you can. And then let the hands rest on your abdomen. If you like to let the eyes close, you can let the eyes close. The legs don't have to be so active here, so they might bend just a little bit. And just feel your whole spine on the floor. Inhaling and exhaling slowly. Feel with your hands on the abdomen how the breath is moving your whole abdominal area. You can stay with the legs straight up the wall. If you want to try the variation of Baddha Konasana here, bringing the soles of the feet together and sliding them down, feel free to try this version as well. You choose if the eyes are open or closed. You choose if the legs are in Baddha Konasana or if the legs are straight up the wall. And then if the legs are like this in Baddha Konasana, bring the knees together. If your legs are straight up the wall, you can start to bring the feet down as also bending the knees, and then move a little bit away from your wall. Come to lie on the floor again, and then you can bring your right ankle over your left knee. And just stay here for a moment. Don't rush ahead, but feel that the right knee is reaching away. I'm pressing with my hand to show the direction, but have that directional movement of the knee. Keep the right foot active and flexed, dorsally flexed. You can stay here if this isn't enough, or you can lift the left leg, also flexing the left foot, and hold on to the back of the left leg. Breathing, keeping the right knee moving away from you while you pull the left knee towards you. And then release that left foot down to the floor. Release the right foot. And then we'll do the other side. So bring the left ankle over the right knee, and again here, just feel the action of that left knee moving away from you. From here, if you want to add a little extra to the stretch, then you can hold on to the back of the right leg, making sure both feet are still active, they're still dorsally flexed. And then releasing the right foot to the floor. Release the left foot. You can pull the knees into the chest and bring the hands onto the knees. And just start by moving the knees away from you, bringing them back into the chest. Slow actions. Noticing really how your arms are bending and lengthening. Notice how it feels in the lower back, this motion, this action. You can rock side to side as well. Feeling the floor is massaging your sacrum. Maybe even do a few circles. See what feels nice for you. And then from here, you can bring the feet to the floor, stretch the legs out, let the arms come down by your sides. We take a few moments in Shavasana. So you can let the feet flop out to the sides, let the eyes close, let the face soften, let the muscles release. You can bring the hands one by one onto your abdomen, bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, roll to your side, and press yourself up to a seated position. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. Thank you for your practice.